whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hooker force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
E ngā iwi o tira, ngai taringa, ki te ti, ki te tā, ki wi, ki wā. Nau mai hoki mai ki tā tātou punua pāho. Anei anō a taringa e whakapāho atu nei. I raro i te taumarumaru o te wānanga o te ro i konei i te ipurau from the bustling metropolis of
Te awa mutu.
Oh, and we had someone else on the sound effects today. So, ane anō mātou ko te puairi, ko Erica. E mihi nei kia koutou, ko hoki mai. And we have a very, very special episode for everybody today. Nō konei hoki ka huri aku mihi ki tēnei manuhiri tuārangi. And I use that expression properly because I do hear a lot of kaikāranga. I'm going down the tikanga path now, but people using manuhiri tuārangi when really the manuhiri aren't really tuārangi. They might be just from across the road.
Across the road, aye.
Yeah, manuhiri tuārangi is reserved for the manuhiri that have come from across the sea or from a very far place. And in this case, he manuhiri tuārangi ko hoki mai. And he hoa tēnei nōku, hoi anō he manuhiri tuārangi. Nō reira kamihi kia koe Aoife. Nau mai hoki mai.
Kia ora, Aoife.
Kia ora, Aoife.
Kia ora, tēnā koutou.
Nau mai hoki mai and welcome to Taringa. And yes, we picked Aoife up from the airport yesterday.
Right.
11 o'clock in the morning sometime, and within an hour I told her she'd be coming on Taringa. She didn't know she was coming on Taringa. Nō reira e mihi ana kia koe Aoife. Nau mai hoki mai, and I'm going to pass it over to you mo tētahi wā, mau tō mihi me etahi kōrero ki te iwi e whakarongo mai ana.
Tēnā koutou, ko Bambalban te maunga, ko River Boyne te awa, ko Airihi te iwi, ko Breffni rawa ko Connacht, ngā hapu, ko Aoife hau, tēnā koutou. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Connacht.
Kia ora. And Aoife's got our kiwaha for us today too.
I learned this yesterday, and it means easy peasy, and it's kaiprawa.
Kaiparawa.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Or a piece of something else she said in Ireland too, you could say, and we use that expression.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Piece of mami.
I know.
Piece of mami.
Te wahi mami.
Yeah. So, kaiprawa e te iwi. Oh, can you do that? Oh, kaiprawa.
Kaiprawa, bro.
Kaiprawa.
Yeah. And you can
Can
even...
you come on Taringa tomorrow?
Kaiprawa.
Oh, good. You can even add a noiho on there
Noiho.
to even give it
Yeah.
some more emphasis. Kaiprawa noiho. Yeah, so easy peasy, piece of cake. So koina tā tātou kiwaha, kaiprawa.
Kaiprawa.
Ko te wairua o a tātou kōrero i tēnei rā, te puaheiri hea hau.
Aye. Funny you mentioned that, the wairua of our kōrero today. What is that wairua today?
Oh gosh, I thought that's where you were going. Okay, so the wairua of
Kia ora, Erica.
today's kōrero is going to be all about our special guest Aoife, who's come all the way from Ireland. What's really interesting about Aoife is that she, from such a far distance, has been teaching herself Te Reo Māori.
Kia ora.
Yeah, so we just want to talk to her a bit about her Te Reo journey. How does she manage to do it from so far away without even meeting any people from Aotearoa, first of all? And then, yeah, let's talk about your trials and tribulations. And I'm just going to put it in there. We're up to episode Waru
Tekau mā ono.
Tekau Mā Ono.
86.
Good year.
14 episodes away from a celebration.
Celebratory
Ai. Cup of tea.
cup of tea.
Oe no, kua rongo koe i te kōrero e te iwi. Anei, e kōrero ana kia Aoife. So kei a koe Aoife, yeah, maybe exactly what Erica said, and maybe, you know, how did you come...
get started?
Yeah, how did you get started? How did you come across Te Reo Māori? Kei a koe.
Initially, I was just looking for a cool language to work on for one of my assignments for my master's. Everyone was doing like a lot of European languages like Polish and French and German, which are lovely, but like there's lots of work on them. I was in the library and I picked up a book. It was actually Winifred Bauer's book on Te Reo Māori, and I opened it and I was like, whoa. So I just never seen anything like it, and it kind of caught me. And I did my assignment, and then I did good in it, did well in it, and then decided to do my master's thesis on that, and then my PhD thesis as well. By the time I did my master's, I was just like sort of captivated by it. But it has a lot of cool grammar features and grammatical things like that, and that's what caught me. The look of it, like, so Polynesian language, Latin alphabet, like I'd never seen anything like that, and then this is quite cool linguistic features. And then I think by the time I was midway through the PhD, I really wanted to learn it.
Yeah.
And I said to my brother, he's 21 and he's very, trendy, and I was saying like, I want to learn, but I don't know how, and I've no one to talk to, and what'll I do? And he said, oh, start tweeting on Twitter. I said, okay, so I did, and then people answered me. Then I think a young journalist from here, Glenn McConnell, he contacted me, said, can I write about you? And I said, yeah, sure, you can, yeah. And then Story sent over a film crew, and then and then Praone got in touch on Facebook, and then I came here, and it's been kind of a backwards journey for me. It was like the grammatical features, and then it was the look of it, and then the grammatical features, and then when I came here and kind of got into the culture and the people, and it just was like, wow, like it blew my mind. This was really nice.
Yeah. Wow. So when you say you're doing your master's and PhD, I just want to put it out there for everybody in case they don't know. You study linguistics, right?
Yes. So that's like, I think maybe it's like the science of speech and language. So it, like, I think people might think it's arty, and it is kind of, but there's a lot of science in it. So I look at syntax, which is a fancy way of saying grammar. Yeah.
Gather up close, everybody.
When you say it had a lot of cool grammatical features, what's an example of one?
So the actor emphatic is really interesting. It's like was one of my favorites. So that's like where you have the agent or the person who's doing it at the front with na or ma. So like Aoife Te Waina e inu. So all my examples of wine in them. So like that's the actor emphatic. That's kind of cool. It's unique to Eastern Polynesian languages. Doesn't show up anywhere else. Don't have anything like it anywhere else in the world. You guys have neuter verbs, which people sometimes call stative verbs as well. So like mutu and ora and oti, pau. Yeah,
those are states, right? I'm terrible at this grammar stuff.
I'm actually taking notes of it. I've got some tests later on.
So like a state, like whether like something's hot, right?
Yeah.
Podi, sad. So it's a state that someone's in.
Yeah.
And so what are those called? Neuter verbs?
So there are a few different names. I use neuter verbs because it's more neutral. So there's different terms to them. There's a bit of a discussion about whether they are states or not, like, and then there's a discussion about what is a state really. Very like linguistic-y kind of. This is what linguists fight about. It's a great crack.
And what's an actor emphatic? Sorry.
The actor emphatic is where you have the person who's doing it at the front of the sentence with marked by na or ma, and then you have the typically the object, but it doesn't have e or ki in front of it. It's just on its own. And then you have the verb, but instead of a typical tense marker, it has e or a. So
those are.
I am
emphatic.
Emphatic. Oh,
yeah. So you're saying it
emphatic.
Really is like ma ifa te waina e.
So like the person is the main part. Of that sentence.
Yeah, exactly. And I think like in English we would emphasize something like that with stress, like is Aoife who drank the wine, or we will pull it forward as well, like it was Aoife who did it, rather we might put it was like a cleft. But no, the way it's done in Te Reo Māori with the ma or the na it's a possessive typically marker, and then the fact that the object doesn't have like an e or a key, that's very intriguing as to why you guys do that. So yeah.
Did you get that? Is that kaikōrero?
That's kaimaro.
And then you use the passive a lot as well. So that's-
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was just wondering. What's the difference between actor emphatic and passives?
I mean, so they both, I suppose, lift the object to subject status. But the difference, what I would think of like grammatically is so in the actor emphatic, the actor is emphasized, or in the passive, it isn't. So
Good answer.
The object is sort of like the subject in both, but in the actor emphatic, the actor is above the subject. There's more emphasis on that, and then in the passive, it's the opposite. Yeah, and then in the neuter, I would think they're kind of equal.
Pai tēnā.
Pai.
Like, what do we call? We have a name for that in linguistics. It just escapes me now. Jet lag. So yeah. So.
Hea te roa o tō rere? Mai Airani?
Rua te kauma fitu ora. I think like 20s. Yeah, crazy. Like, yep.
So you travelled back in time.
No, we're forward in time.
Oh, no,
Yes.
forward.
Come
Yeah.
Because we're first, yeah.
Yeah.
When you go back, you'll be going back to the future.
Back to the future.
Yeah.
What do your family think about you learning Te Reo Māori?
I think my wider family initially were like, "What? What's the?" I think a lot of people hadn't heard of Te Reo Māori.
Yeah.
And of course, then the reference point is the haka. That's the best one for people from Europe.
Yeah.
And then my mum, I play a lot of the Te Reo Māori waiata in my car, and my mum kind of listens to them as well. And she has like a very funny, because that she has this core Te Reo vocabulary, like she knows things like the word for chicken and the word for like all the songs, like the hey hey and the kuri and all the kohanga reo songs.
Yeah.
She knows a little bit, but I think they're just kind of used to it now. They don't like. It's just me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Aoife. Yeah.
Aoife's become really good friends with us and probably closer to my wahine to Ngāhuia. But we'll be having a conversation and we'll be speaking to Māori, and she's got her notebook out and she's taking notes, and she's got her notebook on her now. Cool. She's already got 8 pages full of kōrero from all the crack we were talking yesterday. And that's an Irish
And
slang.
kupu Irish.
C-R-A-I-C.
Yeah.
And mā iwha e whakamārama hea te tikanga o te crack.
It means fun. So, like, we had great crack, we had great fun. Or you can also use it like, what's the crack? So, do you have any news? Do you have any gossip? What's going on? Yeah. So, yeah. So,
We've
like,
got a pub called The Crack in Whakatane.
oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's Irish, but I saw it when I was there last. C-R-A-I-C.
Yeah, right on the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
There goes the crack.
So we'll
Yeah.
be talking the crack, and she's got her notebook out, and she's taking notes, and it's cool. Yeah.
Kai prawa te crack.
So, what were some things that stuck out to you on your last trip here?
Oh.
Your inaugural trip.
Yeah, your
Your
normal.
normal guy.
Oh, wow. That's a very good question. Let me...
I know. While you're having a think, I just remember when you came on your initial visit, I think it took a few days before it sunk in that you were even here.
Yeah.
And that it was all real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it still is an inspiring story to me.
Yeah.
Someone who is fluent in Te Reo Māori, I find that it's inspiring that someone on the other side of the world can learn our reo, our language. And you can learn any language, really.
Yeah.
It's whether, you put the time into it, but you have a passion for it, and it's like anything in life. If you have that passion for it, you're inspired to...
Yeah.
Then, but the thing that I've noticed with you, Aoife, is that it's not just about the reo. Now you've been learning about our ahurea, our culture. You got in there. Last 2 years ago, Te Panekiretanga travelled.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, over to Ireland, Wales and Scotland.
And you hosted them for part of that, eh?
Yeah, we had like a symposium in Trinity College and got some really wonderful linguists to give some talks about their research. And it was really cool. It was really nice.
It was, and we had a really cool night too.
Talking the crack.
But yeah, so you got to meet, all of our tira haere
Some
there.
of the.
Yeah.
And there were some comments made when Aoife came the first time, particularly about Te Wānanga o Te Aroa, because, we brought her over here, Te Wānanga o Te Aroa, and there were some comments made. Oh, what's Aotearoa going to get out of that? What are we going to get out of that? And this particular symposium that her university facilitated while we were there for. It was just a day. I said, when I stood up to thank them for hosting us, I said, it was said that nothing come out of this relationship, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Aoife.
Yeah, kia ora.
And there were people in the room who I knew had made some of those comments. Yeah, so, yeah, I think, and, you know, just reflecting on the wairua of a lot of the kōrero that's come out in Taringa, that, you know, for te reo Māori to live and thrive, it's going to take a concerted effort, and mā te kotahitanga te reo e orai. And this is another way that te reo Māori is living, is through people that are learning the language and have a passion for the language that aren't living in Aotearoa. Much like many of our listeners across the world.
Yeah.
Kia ora.
We get messages all the time on our Facebook page from people listening, and I talked to a lady the other day, her name was Simone. Kia ora, Simone. She tunes in from Poihakina. Yeah, and then I actually know heaps of people around Aussie that tune in. I've got a mate, Tamati, he makes his work crew listen in.
Oh, nera, kia ora te work crew.
They're out in the desert somewhere.
Yeah, heaps of my boys like that. Truckies over there, Cameron Webster, Chibo.
Kia ora, Cameron.
Josh Pairata,
Kia ora.
see tuning in.
Kia ora, kazi.
Yeah.
I listen at my desk and work.
Aoife listens.
I put the headphones in and then it's like, laughing at something, and everyone's like, what you laughing at?
And how can you explain? Oh, well, he said kai prawa.
It's so funny. I love Taringa. I love the kupu episodes.
Oh,
the
awesome.
Tikinga episodes as well.
You went from a syntax point of view, a syntax, a infatuation of te reo Māori. Name some of the other things that sort of like reinforce that. So going from out of the page to the experience. What are some of the things that, you know, have created that for you?
There's loads. Where do I start? I really like something I said to Ngahuyi yesterday, because like I'm a learner. I really like when I'm trying to remember all my vocab, I find it very useful to break down the words, to pick them apart. And that first up, it helps me remember the words, and second, it actually I think kind of gives you an insight into te ao Māori. Sometimes it's really nice.
Yeah,
that's really eye-opening. That's really nice. I like the sound of the language even. I like the way the stress falls. Like kind of, I would say nearly every syllable is stressed. There's no, the other way in English we gobble up some of our syllables, like table. Yeah. In Māori, te reo Māori, it's more even stress, I think, even though you have your long vowels. So I like the way it sounds. I speak Italian and it reminds me of that. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's lyrical.
Lyrical.
Yeah, it's lyrical. It's lovely. And I love the sound of it. And I really, like, so ridiculously fortunate, like in 2016, to be given an introduction into te ao Māori and the culture and the people, and that to me is just, that is the crux of it. Like, so I learned a word a few weeks ago, so ngākau, which is passion.
Oh, ngākau.
And again, I broke it down. It was like food for the heart. And I was like, oh, there it is. That sums it up. Like that's what it is. That's what it is for me. It's food. Te reo Māori is food for my heart. So yeah.
Tēnā koe.
It's really nice.
We had
Emotional.
You're getting emotional.
Yeah.
She does get emotional. Kare roto. When we had Guy on, I hara mai ki te kōrero I runga I a Taringa nei, and I homai ia etahi whakaaro, he gave us some tips in regards to his journey, in the context of his learning. And that's where I think, you know, we've got two different contexts here. We've got someone that's picked up te reo Māori on the other side of the world. And, you know, e mihi ana ki te ipurangi, you know, internet has been a good tool, good resource. But what are some of the tips you could give? Because a lot of our listeners out there, they're not living in Aotearoa. They don't have teachers. You were saying on the car ride here when we went to pick Puaheiri up, you know, you want to visit some of your reo friends.
Yeah.
And they don't have reo, you know, so that could be one, because you miss talking to people.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your tips to some of the learners out there that aren't living in Aotearoa and they haven't got access to the resources that the people that do live here have?
Yeah. So you can stream all Paki. which is brilliant. There's lots of resources on Māori television. I love Opaki. That's probably one of my favourites. And you can also, if you don't want to watch it, it's on podcast as well, or you can listen to you can watch it and then you can listen to the podcast and see, okay, now that I can't see them, how can I follow it? I would say Scotty Morrison's Māori Made Easy is on Amazon. They deliver to Ireland, so they probably deliver everywhere else. It's very reasonable. Yeah, so I got the second one recently. They're ridiculously good books. So they take you right through all the key grammar things, and it's only 30 minutes a day. And even, you want to do every other day or whatever, but that's a really good resource. And social media is brilliant as well. So like you can Twitter a lot. So there's a really good speaking and Te Reo learning community on Twitter, and we have the hashtag Te Reo, and that's really active, lovely people. So you can get on there and join and have a chat, have the crack. Then we have the Māori groups, like Māori for grown-ups, and there's lots of Facebook lots of Facebook. There's loads of things. So just dive in.
And then you make connections through those social media, and you can have conversations and
I've made loads of Te Reo speaking friends from social media. It's really, really, it's cool. Yep.
There you go, Eti. And a good plug for Te Hotaka Takutuahine, Opaki.
Opaki.
With the puka.
Yeah, Takutuakana, Scotty Morrison, and his tana tuara, Stacey. So mihi ana kia kōrero.
Their new book, Māori at Home, that's really good as well. That's probably good if you want to try and use it in the house, but the only being I speak Māori with at home is my cats.
I was gonna say, get you a pet, then you can speak Māori to them.
How do I?
He wouldn't. The cat wouldn't come inside. Oh, you have to say kuhumai.
We were actually on a visit with Sir Timoti the first time Aoife came over, and I took her to meet Timoti at his home, and we had dinner with him. Hey, nā te puka i Huati kia koe ne, nā Timoti. Māori Made Easy. Anyway, he gave her which Scotty had gifted to him. So there you go, Scotty, that's where your book ended up.
And then I got the second one, so is that good? Yeah.
And when Timoti gave her, he goes, there you go, he gave her the book, and it said Māori Made Easy, and he goes, Dad, what did he say? Don't let it fool you, or something like that.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant book. It's really good.
Koena etahi kōrero whakahihiri a koutou. For those of you that don't live in Aotearoa, to utilise some of those some of those resources.
It's like anything. If you have a driving passion for it, or if you think it's really one of your highest values, you'll seek out whatever you need to do or however you need to be to find what you need to learn. I mean, we all have gym passes, but he's brought
that up again.
I had to bring it up.
I'm just making donations.
I've got a few stress buttons on the shirt, but it's the same thing. The old horse to water. But if it's really one of your highest passions, part of your highest values, then you'll find there'll be no mountain you can't move to learn your reo.
Just going back to that word passion, you could also translate kainako for someone who's passionate about something. So, he tangata kainako Aoife.
Okay.
Te reo Māori. Ai, tika tēnā. Tika tēnā.
One question I do want to ask is, so you're learning Te Reo Māori, what about the Irish language? Do you speak that, and have you learnt that? Or?
So Irish is compulsory at home, and
cool.
Yeah, so we learn it for 12 years from we're 4 or 5 until we're 17 for almost everybody. So I have that high school, school Irish, although it's very rusty. It's in a similar situation, I think, to Te Reo Māori. Even though it's compulsory, not a lot of people, I think, can, have a chat with their friends or converse. So it's more formalised in the education. But I think they reckon about 80,000 true fluent speakers, and then on the census I think they say about 125, I think.
Oh wow.
But that's self-reported, so it's always a wee bit dubious, but it's interesting. So I got in touch with some very young, very dynamic Irish speakers in Dublin. So Irish has 3 dialects, so it's like a southern, a western and a northern dialect, and there's no dialect in the east, just for historical reasons. these Irish speakers come from all over, and they come to Dublin, the capital city in the east, and they're young and they all speak Irish. And actually there's a really vibrant community of young Irish speakers in Dublin, and I've befriended a lot of them. One of my friends, Derek O'Shea, he does the Mother Folklore podcast, which is like the equivalent of this. The only two podcasts
What's
I
the
listen.
podcast called?
Mother Folklore.
Okay.
Folklore in Irish means
That's what-
word.
Okay, there you go. So,
Yeah.
For you wondering,
Mother
listening at
Folklore.
home,
Yeah, he tweets under the Irish 4. It's an amazing Twitter account. He's written 2 books. But there's a community of speakers, him and his Derek and his friends, and they're really young, they're really passionate, and I think the language is in good hands. Like, they inspire me. Like, I listen to Mother Folklore, and his Twitter account is so good. They do this thing called pop-up Gaeltacht. So a Gaeltacht in Ireland is an Irish-speaking area, so you can go to a town or a region and there's Irish speakers who live there.
I'll find your hill buddies.
Yeah.
Irish hill buddies, cool.
But like, if you don't live near one, then you can't obviously perhaps get an opportunity to converse in Irish as much as you'd like. So people have thought of this pop-up Gaeltacht. So it'll go out on Twitter or Facebook like, oh, in this pub on Saturday night we're having a Gaeltacht for the night or for 2 hours or whatever, and all these young, or not just all Irish speakers, all backgrounds and ages come, and that's amazing. Like,
Cool.
I have to go to one. I haven't been to one yet, but I really want to. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm afraid I might just go and stand and listen for the first time, and then try the next one. Try to dip in.
You being nervous.
And then you
as a
step into the
person
pub and then going-
was picked up a language he's never seen before, starts learning it and comes all the way to Aotearoa.
Yeah.
But you're nervous about going to somewhere in your own.
Just because it's my own language. Like, I think,
See, I think that's
Yeah.
Kapai.
And that's how a lot of Māori would feel.
That's how
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
comfortable to speak.
there's a lot of complex, I think, feelings around learning your own language. I think a lot of weight to the table. You know, 'cause, like, so yeah. So I would be really shy about Irish, but I will get there.
No, quite. I think that's really cool to highlight. You know, 'cause like it is we have our own Māori and a few generations that do carry that weight of intergenerational mama and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's evident to see so she just expressed her own complexions about her own deal. So it's like it's nothing new, but it's something that can be overcome. You can overcome.
It's like, I'm Irish and I'm a linguist, so like I should have better Irish than I do. Like, I have some, but I want to have better, and that kind of, if someone speaks to you in Irish, you go, ugh, and you block, you can't speak. Like, so I have to work on that.
I have a friend like that. When you came over the last time, I said, hey, someone from Ireland's coming over, you can speak Irish again. He goes, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not here.
Oh.
No. And because, just that pride in his own deal. And, from you learning or Te Reo Airehi being the compulsory language throughout schooling, is that what sort of birthed your interest into syntax, into linguistics? Or
probably. I've always liked like grammar and languages, and I think, I don't know why, it's just a quirk.
I find it really interesting the way people are able to see. I call them code breakers. They can see a code or something in a language, and that's how they stack them.
That's interesting. Because my friend and I were speaking the other day, and we were talking about Te Reo Māori and about syntax, and I said that the grammar part of it for me is not as scary as other parts. As say, like listening, my listening is, I'm really slow with listening, but the grammar for me, it doesn't intimidate me so much. And she said, oh yeah, well, that's just because it's another rule. And I was like, oh yeah. That's for like the way my brain works. It's rules. But rules, that's like not everyone's brain. Everyone learns differently. But for me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's a new rule. That's
mine. I fear that because there's too much order.
And
I can't explain that order. I just know if someone I know that's good at it said it that way, then that's the right way. And so it's sort of been my little mission to sort of have a firm grasp on grammar.
When you think of how we learn a language growing up as kids, that's what we do. We imitate. So that's a really natural way to learn language. It's a really good way. Like, if my mum or my dad or someone said it this way, so then the child will say the same thing. The same structure. It's just a natural way to learn language.
So obviously coming over here to New Zealand, you actually dove into a lot of our tikanga. How was that for you? Had you learnt about it previously?
I knew nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
knew nothing, yeah. I got, you gave me a little bit of advice about, like, wear black on the marae, or long dress on the marae, and yeah, but I didn't know anything, so that was amazing to experience all that. It was really cool. It was, and it's really, it really rejigs, it really shifts your thinking as well. You know, coming from the other side of the world, and then see the tikanga, how people do things here, and what the protocol, and yeah, it's a really good thing, I think, to rewire your thinking, your perspective. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you would have observed? Because they're probably normal things for a lot of us, but because we've grown up always doing things that way, we don't notice it.
Yeah.
But coming from an outside point of view, what were some of the things that stood out to you?
Two of the things that really stuck out and that I still do. So I remember you saying to me, don't lean up against a table or sit on, or like, which that's not like, I really took that with me. And now at home, even I'm like, I will never, like, if I lean in a table, like, oh no, I can't do that. That's so bad. Or also taking something like koha out of your back pocket, which is really bad as well. So I try not to do that even at home, because the thinking around that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can see the thinking now.
Yeah, I'm like, that makes total sense. There's very good reasons why I shouldn't do this, so I don't anymore at home. And sometimes even I have to explain. People say, oh, sit up there, you know, on the table. I'm like, no, it's a no-go.
I noticed while you're thinking, I noticed when we drove back from Auckland last night, usually if we're going out of the rohe, I'll stop at Taupiri. Those of our listeners that don't know, Taupiri is one of the sacred maungo mountains in our waka and Tainui.
The urupa.
And particularly because there's an urupa there where the Māori kings and Māori queen are buried. And as we got closer, I went to turn the music off. So I always turn the music off. If I don't stop, it's definitely silent in the car, or there's no music playing. It's just a sign of respect. And if you pātai mai koe, oh, we're getting close to that place. And I said, yeah, Taupiri, the urupa. And I went, yeah. And when we got there, I said, here it is. And I just turned the music down, and you... Hey, but I don't think it was more of a sign of respect.
Yeah.
When we went past.
Yeah, I blessed myself.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen you do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh, but that wasn't, I understood what that meant. That was like your...
just an acknowledgement.
Yeah, your acknowledgement.
You just did that cross-action.
Yeah, it's the first time I'd seen you do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Another one is the shoes off and the whare, which I really like. It's really good. If I get when I buy my house back home, I will bring in the same tikanga. I think it's good. I think they make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that saves the vacuuming. It saves the vacuuming and the carpet bill.
Yeah. I like. Why would you? When you think about it, why would you wear shoes from the outside inside? It makes total sense. So, but yeah, they don't. They do that at home, but they will in my house.
There you go, everyone.
Tikanga Māori in my house.
Everyone listening in Ireland, when he forgets a new whare,
Yeah.
Ko e mauhu I roto I te whare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hoi anō hoa mai, I think kua rahi tērā.
Pai.
Any closing kōrero, Aoife?
Don't be afraid of making mistakes or something, I would say. But that's very easy to say, because like when you have these sort of worries and anxiety about learning your language, but it's still try, because you'll be rewarded. It's the Ao Māori is wonderful.
Yeah.
I want to acknowledge your tauiraship. As a learner. Some people think it's geeky, but I think it's real cool. It's a sign of your ngākau ki te reo Māori. She's got her notebook with her.
She's actually got her Māori made easy book on the ground too.
And a ragged book is a red book.
Got
a
all
ragged
her
book
notes
is
in
a
it.
used book, yeah. So yeah, man, that's those type of people that are taking it all in. So yeah, he tauira pai ki au nei. Kia tātou katoa. Kia ora.
Kōrero au tuhine, Erica?
Yeah, I'm just really impressed, and as Paroni was saying earlier, it's really inspiring to see someone like you that lives on the other side of the world who had previously never heard of Te Reo Māori before, take it up and learn it, and you're on this journey. It's brought you here, and yeah, that's really cool. It's really makes me think I need to put in more effort, you know? So cool. Kia ora.
Tēnā tātou, and when we went to Trinity College, Aoife, she done a mihi to us. This was after her professors. She done it in Māori first, and then she changed to Te Reo Pākehā, and then she sang a waiata. And so that is going to be Te Waiata o Te Wiki. And the waiata she chose to sing was Te Maramataka a Timoti. And as she's singing it, Timoti's like rolling his eyes.
Because Te Wānanga o Aotearoa, the home-based learning whānau, they're so good. They sent me some CDs, and it's all these like really cool kohanga reo songs, and I play them in my car, and this is one of my favorites. I was like, I need to sing a song that like resonates.
So there we go, koene Te Waiata o Te Wiki, and the month is in the borrowed word, Te Kupu Mino, and then we use Te Kaupeka Māori, which is as close as to that month, but it doesn't match the actual days. Kia ora Taktarangi Mātāmua, because I know you'll be listening to this installment of Taringa. Hoi anō, whakarongo mai ki Te Waiata o Te Wiki.
Anu ere kohi tātea, pepu ere hui tanguru, mai he poutu te rangi, aperira paenga whawhae, haratua pipiri hongongoi, te maramataka Timoti e aue, aue taukuri e. Akuhata here turikoka, he petema te mahuru, o ke topa whiri ngā nuku, no e ma whiri ngā rangi, ti he mahaki hea, te maramataka Timoti e aue, aue taukuri e. Maramataka ue, a Timoti e. Maramataka ue, a Timoti e. A Timoti e.
Whenua te iwi, hope you enjoyed te waiata o Te Wiki, te maramataka Timoti. Nau mai hoki mai for our next installment. Hoi anō e rere tonu ana ngā mihi kia koutou, engari e mihi tonu ana kia koe, Aoife.
Kia ora.
Ai, kia ora.
E te tuahine no tawhiti, ko hoki mai nei ki Aotearoa, e mihi nei hoki kia koe, I whawhati tata ki te tautoko I te kaupapa o Taringa I tēnei rā, nō reira ka mihi kia koe. And I think that's us e hoa ma.
Ai, that's us.
Kaiparawa.
Kaiparawa.
Kaiparawa noi ho. Actually, I'm going to finish. She actually picked 2 kiwaha. So while we're driving, this is an example of how conversations go in the car. While we're driving back from Tāmaki, there was some slow cars in front of me, and I'm going, Pauri atu, Pauri atu. And then ka pata mai, how te tikanga o te Pauri atu? Oh, it's a kiwaha, means get out of my way. Hoi anō, that'll be for another show. Engari e mihi tonu ana kia koutou. Tēnā koutou katoa, hei ko nā mai.
Yo, whakarongo ki te tangi a te kori mako, kōrero flowing out the hook of force, kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai, hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody, gather up close everybody. Kani move that body, kani move that body.
Taringa. He mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe. Taringa, whakarongo mai.